Oh boy, what is this? The gay cowboy triple feature special right here on the Doom Boy Experience episode, whatever it is. So I've happened to have seen 3 gay cowboy movies recently. In fact, all of them are about gay cowboys eating pudding. So the first 2 of which are the most comparable, because we have the hot new film out, Power of the Dog, like on Netflix and everything. And on Netflix as well, I happened to see Brokeback Mountain, which was like also like I remember back. I've never seen it. Even though I remember back when I fucking watched the Oscars back in 2006 or 7, when it was out, It was out and proud, and I didn't watch it because I'm a homophobe, and it also didn't, I don't know, show up on TV at all. It seems like the kind of film I would have watched on TV. I would have watched it on SBS or, whichever channel. It had the fucking watermark and the ads and the shit quality, like not even properly HD. Oh, don't you just love TV? Don't you just love broadcast TV? Anyway, we don't use it anymore. And I do remember that film having just got such big praise for it, and people were saying, oh, it's going to win the Oscar, and it obviously didn't, and all that kind of thing. And people were saying, to me, it basically won the Best Picture Oscar, man. I don't care what anyone says. But, man, why are you putting so much fucking... Why do you even care that much about the Oscars? Unless you have money down, and if you do and it loses or wins, like, what does it matter afterwards? Why afterwards does it matter? Who gives a crap? You fuck all that. But I guess I'll just quickly say that I didn't like it that much, and I do prefer Power of the Dog. I don't think either films are woke, which it's really unfortunate when I go into films being like, oh man, it's gonna be fucking woke, whack, and then I'm like, oh no, it's not. I don't know, man, because Power of the Dog for me, like I really try not to read anything or watch anything about any fucking film, even if I don't care about the fucking film. Oh, I'm trying to get more comfortable. Fuck this mic. But I happened to see one thing about it, and all it said was toxic masculinity, and I was like, oh great, it's just another men, boo, cancelled kind of film. Men are bad. The end, and that kind of thing. So, but whatever, I don't know. I threw it on. Check it out, and the first like 20 minutes of the film are just it's not bad, it's just a very general it's like just putting all the setting up all the pieces, I guess, for this film, and I just thought like I'm just finding this to be mediocre. I'm not really digging it. God, is the rest of the film gonna be like this? It ends up after that 20 minutes, maybe around the 30-minute mark, I don't know. But the film did, I guess, very slowly get better. But then as it went on, and as it like came to an end, really, I really started to like kind of like it. I was really digging it and thought, oh shit, this actually set itself up to be a kind of movie, or one kind of movie, where it's just like, men are bad. And it's really going in a different direction, completely different to what I was thinking. It's really great. It's very I don't know if I'm gonna get into the story or whatever. I don't know. Watch the film, motherfucker, or even read the Wikipedia page if you want to get a goddamn story. But I guess in terms of toxic masculinity, like when I see that with all these like shit cunts that do movie reviews and any kind of journalism, any kind of that shit stain on our earth, and they mention that term, it's just all negative. And watching this film, it's so strange. Like, I guess it all just revolves around... I forgot the fucking guy's name. Benedict Cumberbatch. Ben that dick coming bitch's character. Phil Burbank. Great. The way that the film revolves around this character is interesting, because he does seem like a like a gruff cowboy, and he's coming in and he's acting like a total asshole. He's like, fuck yous all, fuck yous all, you dogs, fucking shit cunts. Where my women at? He's acting like that, pretty much, and it kind of just it doesn't just go along with that. Oh, I guess it does in a way. I don't know, because he gets jealous, I guess, when his brother marries a woman. And God, I'm so stupid. I don't know who these characters are. I believe it's her brother or son. I don't know. it's the God, I don't know. It's the brother. Yeah, he's the younger guy, and he comes into the house as well. So that's why this Phil character is so bothered. And the way he fucks with this woman, it's so funny. I was really laughing. I was enjoying it. How, what is it? Oh yeah, she's like playing on the piano. She's trying to get like this particular melody right. And he's playing it on his banjo, but really well. It's just fucking with her. This Kirsten Dunst's character, what's her name? She's really good. Rose. I like her character. But you know what, man? People always say, like, oh, you gotta have a strong female character. But you know what? This is a weak bitch. She is a weak fucking bitch. And I love her character. She's... Yeah, it's kind of funny. I don't know. I guess the thing about this film with the characters and everything is just how they fit into place within the story and how the story unfolds, which I would say is done really elegantly, done really nicely done. In terms of cinematography, it looks okay. It's just some of the... Yeah, cinematography is okay, but it's just some of the way the shots are done, I guess, are directed. It's just done in a really good way, where it's, that younger dude who seems more... he seems more prancy? Nancy boy. He seems like a Nancy boy, I guess, or whatever. He's a twink. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. And he's like... And this Phil character who's making fun of him, it's like, oh, but actually you're the gay one. And everything. And he has like a... This sounds gay. Like, actually, he has like a secret hideout where he goes to... He just goes there to... It's basically just a little river. And he goes there to just hang out on his own. But it's like... It is secret. It's like cut off. I mean, it's hidden. And... Yeah, he just has like that own space. And I guess just the whole film just doesn't... It doesn't really pound into it and be like, oh... I mean, even that to begin with, this villainous character who I thought was going to be the villain. I thought he was going to be the villain in the film. You know, I guess a woke film wouldn't do it in that way, you know. The villain would be the homophobe. Ah, yeah, fucking faggots, get out of here. And that kind of thing. It doesn't come up that much. It doesn't come up in Brokeback a whole lot either. Because this is... I guess both films are not exactly about out and proud folks. Well, what happens with this Phil character is... you know, I won't get into heaps detail or whatever. I won't get into spoilers. I wouldn't say there's much to spoil, though. But he becomes... He actually becomes maybe not a nice guy, but he kind of wrestles with his own masculinity, like the masculinity and how he wants to, I guess basically teach this kid, because it's this kid, well, he's like 18 or 19 or whatever, that comes into the home with him, and he really gives him shit at first, for quite a while, I guess, but towards the end he starts to really take him under his wing and everything, but then there's the issue, because that kid finds his secret place, his secret gay place, and his gay pornos, and all that. And I know that sounds gay saying it, but the way it's done and filmed, I don't know. I can't really explain it, but it's just very memorably done, and it also doesn't feel overdone either. Like, I guess that's the problem with the woke shit, is that it's just overly done. It's just, there's no subtlety, there's no just fucking about. It's just like a blunt message, and you very much get it. That's not cool. That's not cool. You might as well just say the message. But in this film, it's just done differently. So I dug it. I have criticisms. Some of it's towards the end, but it's a nice film. Like the what you get a feeling of niceness from it in the same way that you got with Pig, you know? You know, with that film, that was like a film that seemed gruff at first, and as it goes on, you're just like, oh, it's kind of just going against the gruffness. I mean, it still keeps it in there. It's still an ingredient in the story, but it's, I guess the film just turns out it unfolds in a different way to how you expect, and it's done in a, you know, it's just a much more nicer, elegant way, and that's what this film does. And yeah, I got some problems here and there. Some of it more to do with the end. It just ends randomly. I wouldn't. Yeah, like the last plot point, I guess that kind of occurs in the film. I was just like, oh, what? Okay. And then the film ended, and like I say, it's kind of a bit mediocre to begin with. But whatever. In terms of gay Cowboy, I give it a 4 Akubra hats out of 5. But I'm just, I guess I've seen a number of people just fucking fucktards on Facebook and so on, just be like, this movie's fucking boring. I mean, I did find it boring to begin with, and it was boring here and there, but I guess it's a film that just got better. It got better as it went, not all the way as it went on, but the second half for me was definitely preferable. But anyway, like, to compare this to Brokeback Mountain, they're sort of similar. But I think Brokeback is, first of all, it's long as shit. I mean, it's probably 15 minutes longer than this film, but god damn, those 15 minutes make a fucking... They mean something. They really mean something. And I'm like, oh my god, this is going on. I don't know, man. I just felt that film to be pretty exhausting. Really. Brokeback I'm talking about now, because that to me is a mediocre film. I just don't get it. I'm just not picking up on it being good. It's just very there's no like surprise in the film like there was in Power of the Dog. You know, you're like, oh, this character is actually changing in a different kind of way, and it's more satisfying. In this, it's just like, we're both gay, or maybe we just love each other. Who knows? And that sort of thing. I like that vagueness. I like that there's a bit of that, and it doesn't become a bunch of, you know, oh, I'm gay. Oh no, how terrible to live in a world. Why can't they accept my gayness? I mean, yeah, no, it's not really that, because these dudes are just trying to, they're trying to keep what the fuck am I trying to say? Keep within their lives. They're trying to keep a family life going, a heterosexual family life. And one of the guys is married to Anne Hathaway. It's like, are you still gay? Come on, man. What's wrong with you? But I think I just want to get straight into this shit that doesn't make sense in this film. And maybe I'm being nitpicky, but there was one bit in this fucking movie that it threw me out of the goddamn movie. It's when the two fags, they meet up again after all these years away. By the way, first of all, I could quickly mention, this movie takes place over like 20 years or something, and like the characters are supposed to be 40 years old towards the end. I was not buying the aging effects at all, okay? So that doesn't work. But anyway, the characters look 25 all the fucking way through. Anyway, they meet up for the first time, and he goes up to the guy's house, and they're really excited. And they immediately start fucking making out. And I'm like, oh, okay, goddamn, you didn't want to hold it in at all. And then I thought they moved to a spot where they could be in hiding and no one would see them, because it's like it's outside the fucking guy's house where his wife is and kids. I think he had kids, yeah. Yeah, he did. So they're there, unless they're at school. I don't know. So they're making out. And I'm like, okay, I guess they couldn't hold it in. And then the wife opens the door, sees them. They don't see her. And she's like, oh my God, what the fuck? And it's funny how she notices this, but she doesn't really say anything about it, but it just hangs heavy and whatever. So that's interesting that she doesn't confront him straight away. But I just thought that was bullshit. I think it's bullshit that they're just making out right in front. Oh, and later on, the same guy, the Heath Ledger character, she calls him out again. She's like, oh, I gave you, what was it? I gave you notes, or I gave you sandwiches, and you didn't even eat them. Because he's talking about how he would go on fishing trips with this dude, yeah? This guy's fucking. And she's saying, like, every time you came back from fishing, you never had any fish. In fact, your fish tray didn't even smell like fish. I forget what it was now. Oh, she gave him a note and put it in his fish box. And then when he came back, she took it out and she was like, this isn't even wet. Like, you didn't get any fish over all this time. You're fucking him in the ass, aren't you? And the Heath Ledger character's like, ooh, I should have came on it. And then you'd be like, oh yeah, it smells like fish and it's wet. So what a fucking idiot. Like, a little too much of a fucking idiot. So it's those, like, I'm getting kind of nitpicky, but because, you know, the whole film to me is just mediocre and unsurprising and I don't care. And I don't even understand why these guys fuck. Like, you know, because they have that moment where they fucking him in the ass and everything. But they're really quiet to begin with. Then they start opening up as they, like, work on the farm and they're drinking more. And then, like, they have to share a tent. And that's where they get all cozy and all that sort of thing. But they still don't... The film doesn't offer up much more. It's not like one of them's like... I guess you wouldn't say it, but if you could... know it about him, like, well, this guy's going to some bathhouses or something. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I didn't. So I'm kind of not buying the romance initially. I mean, they do work on it after that, and I just have to accept it. I mean, yeah. I guess I'm going along with it, but it's not like hugely interesting. And then another bit that's weird is when they go they go to the picnic. It's like, there's these two big fucking dudes, like biker looking dudes, and Heath Ledger character, he gets into a fight with them, and he fucking, what does he do? He punches, I think he punches one of them, and he falls on the ground, and the other guy's immediately just like, okay bro, it's okay man, we don't need to start anything. What? Beat his ass! What the fuck? He socks him once. Like, you don't see that either. That's also not like a moment that, I don't know, sits with me. There's no character building for that moment where you see him like even boxing and being like, oh, I'm actually a tough guy and I could beat the shit out of you. You don't even get that. So that's some bullshit, man. I don't know. Anyway, what else is up with this film? I mean, I'm not saying the film's predictable. It's just every time it gets to another plot point, I'm like, yeah, okay, I suppose that would happen. Like, when his wife is finding out about this shit, and she's like, fuck you, go fuck that guy in the ass. She leaves, or he leaves, I guess. His daughters are like, this is weird, but hey, you know, I don't want to seem homophobic towards my own dad or whatever. So there's that, and he has to live on his own now. I get... Wait, hang on. Oh, yeah, and the other guy gets... Spoilers. Spoilers! I think I've already gotten into spoilers. We've all seen this movie by now, except for me, and I have seen it now. The other guy gets beaten up. He's just, like... Because he's gay. You're gay. You need to be beaten up now. It's the end of the movie. Better get it done. I don't know. It's interesting that the wife tells him that like he died in a different way, and the character maybe knows that he knows that he died in a different way. I mean, yeah, but you see like glimpses of him being beaten up. I think he got beaten up because he's fucking a guy in public or whatever. All right, whatever. I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure something nice to say about this film, and I barely even remember the fucking thing. And this movie went on for fucking 2 cunting hours. Let me go for the... No, I mean, there's nothing else that I can really say. I get that there's the whole tragedy in the film. I guess I get that. It's just that I didn't feel it initially, and I'm not getting the romance. And this is how it's different to Power of the Dog, because Power of the Dog is obviously... You know, you have your fairly successful heterosexual marriage in that film, but yeah, there isn't much of there's no real gay relationship going on in that film. as is in this film. So the way they set it up in this film, I don't know, like, it's not like it's too quick or anything. It's just, I just don't pick up on it. I just don't pick up on their romance. And they do seem to be two guys fucking each other in the ass. Like, you can do that, and you don't have to fall in love, but I guess they do. And I don't know, man. Some of the dialogue, I don't know. People say it's so great, but I'm just like, Right? They're just like, oh man, I just want to stop fucking you in the ass. I wish I knew how to quit fucking you in the ass. I should probably mention that, like, I'm making the movie sound much more crass than it is. And it's not. And it's also kind of, in some ways, elegantly done as well. And there's not a whole lot of, like, I'll just say this about all three films. They're not pro-gay or anti-gay in that way, They're not doing that, so that's fine. But I just feel like Power of the Dog, more surprising, more of an interesting development in the characters. And I guess it seems more heartbreaking. And really it is. It is more heartbreaking at the end of Brokeback Mountain than the random ending of Power of the Dog. But, it's just, I was taken on a fucking better journey, to put it in some film critic bullshit cliche way like that. Anyway, now on to Power of the Dog would be my favorite of the three. Brokeback my least favorite. And in the middle, although kind of close to the top, Jackass Forever. Certainly the one with eating gay pudding. What the fuck am I supposed to say about Jackass? What can I say? Oh, the storyline's really good. This one had some great character development. It is great to see the Jackass guys back again. I'm not like heaps disappointed with this film. It could go harder or whatever. I could go harder in my pants. It hadn't fucked up anything, It wasn't like the Jackass team are back and you're watching it like, I don't care, whatever's like it's changed or whatever. Like the formula, on a more technical sense, still works for this film. But start to get a bit... I don't want to talk shit about it like immediately. I do think there's some great stuff in this new Jackass. And weirdly enough, I keep thinking about Danger Aaron, like, features prominently in the film. And he fucking goes for it. God damn it. He's like... Oh, man. And you see he's wearing like a cup to see how well they can protect her. But he gets... Oh, man. He gets a guy on a pogo stick. Fucking hell, man. And he shows the rupture. There's a lot of, like... You used to see some dicks and balls in the original Jackass movies that would come up here and there. This one has the most amount of nudity. And it's certainly all male, unfortunately. Like when Chris Pontius, like, he gets like two plastic things and screws them down so that his dick is like in a see-through ping pong paddle. And he starts hitting, and his penis is really flat, and everyone's like, does that hurt? And he's like, no, I don't really feel it. Even when he's hitting a ball in it, like, I have no idea what the fuck they're called. The paddle board. No, not paddle board. Who gives a fuck? The paddle thing? You hit the ball with the string on it, and it's dumb, and no one's done that since the fucking 20s, the 1820s. So there's a lot of dick and balls. I'm trying to think of another dick and ball. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Steve-O has like a bearded a beard of bees. He has that, but like under his cock. And that's the bit, some of these bits they don't really they don't overstay their welcome. I do think some of them I did feel this film got a bit repetitive, and it was kind of like some of the stuff with the animals. I'm just like, I don't care that much. Like, there's a lot of just people being like, oh, freaky animal, look out, and it's gonna bite you. And it looks bad. It does look bad, like that chick that got bit by the scorpion. Oh, man. At least they're trying to make it funny. They're like, oh, you're doing Botox. You look beautiful now. Haha. That's fine. Yeah, there's some good bits here and there. I just love the Silence of the Lambs bit. I love a fucking bit where they take the guys and make them seem like they're gonna do a bit, and then it ends up becoming something else. And I love when you see this and how they get fucked with. And they're in the dark, and you can see them in night vision, but they're just wandering around like, what the fuck is going on? And one of them is he opens a door. He's like, dude, I found a door. Over here, I found a door. And the other guy doesn't trust him. He's like, I'm not fucking going there, man. He's like, what the fuck? And the guy turns around to leave out that door, and yeah, I mean, he doesn't know what's gonna happen, but he does get as he leaves, he like hits his face with like a frying pan that's just hanging there, and then slips on like whatever it was that's hanging out there. So yeah, not some good shit, you know, some decent newcomers like Zach Holmes and Poopies. They seem like fucking they were going for it. God damn, man, Zach Holmes, he like threw himself into a what's it called? A cactus tree. Fuck, man, that shit looks so fucking bad. I've seen plenty of videos of people do that online, and yeah. So again, like it's kind of like I've seen some of this before, and they're not going hugely hard. And when they do get fucked up, it doesn't even look that painful. Like they did the marching band treadmill, and they get on it and they just fall off and ha. But apparently they got really fucked up from that one. Knoxville does get fucked up by a bull, which again is like, it's just the same as the second one. But that one actually works as being as a gag, like a sequel to that one in the second one, because when he gets hit by the bull, he flips in like the same way. But he lands way fucking worse in this one. He lands terribly. He gets knocked out. He gets concussed for a good, I don't know how long it went for really, but he fucks off in an ambulance after that. That looked bad. Yeah, I don't know if he said so. If that was the worst fucking thing that's ever happened to him. I reckon the worst thing I've seen him do was I talked about it because he was on a dirt bike, and there was some bit, he went up and he landed badly and fucked up his dick, and he had to like fucking every day put a fucking catheter in his pee hole. Ugh. God damn. That doesn't sound good, man. Oh man. I mean, yeah, what else are you going to say about this fucking film? It starts well. Like, these films usually have, like, a pretty big opening, and this one was, you know, yeah, once I found out what the monster was, when I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, god damn it. But I don't think it ended well. It felt like it was a pretty anticlimactic. Like, yeah, it just ends with, again, what I was saying before, like, oh, they're part of a stunt, but then it turns out there's another stunt, and they all get hit with paintballs, and they throw up, and then they're like, that's it. Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed, especially because I saw the end of I think it's the second movie's ending, where they have a big fucking musical number at the end, you know? So they could have gone harder with the end. They could have gone harder on some of these stunts, or even just a bit. I don't know. Some of them just felt a little too much like they were revisiting old skits or trying to do it differently, I guess. I don't know, man. But just the Jackass chemistry, everything that makes that show great is really still there. You have most of the cast members hanging around. Some of them I don't think are in it anymore. Like, they just don't want to be doing this shit anymore. But yeah, the Jackass formula, which is mostly about them getting hurt and then the other guys laughing their fucking asses off it. How hurt they are, how fucked up they are. Yeah, it's some good shit, and it got this fucking cowboy hard. Anyway, that's the gay fucking cowboy triple feature special. I hate movies, and oh man, I swear to cunt, I had more points on each movie. I swear to God, because I don't know, man. I'm just reading that Brokeback Mountain was a turning point for the advancement of queer cinema into the mainstream. Yeah, I guess it was. I still don't like it that much. It's it's okay. It's just an okay film. It's okay. It's okay. Anyway, I've got more to talk about, but I think I'm gonna go shoot myself in the head instead.